All right, welcome guys. Welcome to another week. This week, Renee, right? We got some cool things. We're gonna be doing this last podcast for a while, coming back later. But yeah, should be some pretty cool topics this week.
Oh,
So
definitely, man.
So what do you think about this? China plans to build a research station on the moon, and they're gonna ask Russia to help them out with it.
I think that's a brilliant idea, man. It's brilliant.
And
Like to revolutionize the Earth, not the Earth, but revolutionize the moon and other space further explorations.
yeah, you know what I think it is like the US has been a little bit complacent, Like why don't we have a moon base on there yet, right? We like did stuff in the 60s, right? And we
Yep.
made the International Space Station with the Russians and stuff, right? But
Yep.
we've been like I think in the last like 20 years or so, we've kind of like distanced ourselves from Russia in a sense, sort of. Or at least the last 10 years, right? Made
Something like that.
Russia like we think like Russia's like not someone we really want to like do things with. And so China's like, okay, you're gonna put us in a box, you put Russia in a box. We're gonna work together, and we're gonna pool our, because China doesn't have a lot of like space stuff, and they're like getting envious of the big boys like Russia and the US, and like we want to be on the moon,
Yeah, definitely.
So Russia's gonna, and Russia basically, that doesn't like to be like put in a box by the US all the time, calling them the bad guys all the time. So like, all right, guys, we're gonna do peaceful exploration. We're gonna be on the moon, and maybe we'll explore other parts of the galaxy. And so they have this ambitious goal to put the base on a actually very good terrain for a base where you could build it over time, but it's a little bit raw. It's a little bit rough for the landing. So you got to have a really, really skilled astronaut land that. So the tricky landing, but then once you're there, it's very good conditions to build your base.
Yep, definitely.
And they're going to be building this base over the course of years. And with the Chinese mentality, right, of like the industrialism now, they'll have some people up there, and they'll be up there long term. And then, I'm not sure how long they can last up there or whatnot, but then they'll send them back if they ever need to.
Yep, definitely.
So probably longer than what U.S. astronauts are currently willing to do. But at the same time, though, the moon has more gravity than the International Space Station. So, the effects of bone loss would be less,
Interesting. I didn't know
just
that.
Just move around on the moon, it's got some gravity, way more than you would in a space station. So, just put some extra weights, and then you're basically like, you're basically on Earth, and then you don't have to lose as much, But yeah, this is pretty cool, seeing some competition, right? This is like AMD, Intel, and Apple. We need some competition, or NVIDIA competition for space exploration, because it gets too stagnant. Nothing happens, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not going to build a moon base on the, I'm going to build the moon base. Somebody's got to build the moon base, right?
Yep, somebody does.
So yeah, so pretty cool, guys. This also will signal that like the US maybe needs to again engage with Russia more, so that Russia can be a part of peaceful exploration out there. And we don't want to like distance ourselves too much with China if China has like ambitious goals for space too.
Correct. So because the more people work together, the better it is. You'll help out each country.
So they have a 5-year plan from 2021 to 2025. Development of heavy launch vehicles and breakthroughs in rocket sizes to do deep space exploration. Oh, that's cool. Let's go on to the next topic. So Google Chrome has now updated its RAM usage, so it's less. And they've done this by making it so that the tabs in the background are refreshing less and using less resources.
Good.
And so that makes sense, right? Like, why do I sometimes, do you do that? Do you put like tons of tabs up there for like coming back for later?
I used to, and then you start using up a lot of my resources. It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better now, but
Renee, Renee, with this update, you can go back to that old system. I'm just kidding. You get like about like 22% like better performance, with this new thing. And so I usually have like 5 to 15 tabs open because I'm like, okay, I have an idea. I'm going to come back to it. I have another place in Opera where I can like save it right on a
Yeah.
smaller tab on the page so it's not being openly active. But sometimes you
Yeah.
just want to keep it there. It's like there's too many places to store stuff.
Yeah.
So this
That,
is pretty cool. Yeah.
that's something I'll probably be looking into further in the future, actually going back to that method.
So yeah, I mean, it's just good because some people like I know some people can have like accidentally have like 100 tabs, and this will help their computers when they don't know that they have to cancel out of tabs, and then they'll just maybe maybe they'll get to like 200 or 300 tabs before they. I'm just joking. But yeah, cool update. Thank you, Google Chrome, for less background usage.
Yep, definitely.
So this one, I've never heard of Woot as a seller, but Samsung's Galaxy Note 20 phones are now $500 off today. And yeah, so there's some pretty cool deals once in a while on the Galaxy phones, and if you can find these deals, get some pretty cool phones.
It's pretty cool. But you don't really get much $500 off anything.
Yeah, these pricey phones. Yeah.
Yeah, because like they're so outrageous on the price, man. I don't know why, but I guess it's just due to the hardware.
Yeah, and with the supply, some things are like in really, really high demand right now and you can't find anything. And
Yep.
other things for some reason aren't selling, and then you find some really strange deals once in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
This next topic really is close to what I used to be like obsessed about. NVIDIA is bringing its newest latency reduction technology. It's called Reflex to Overwatch. So it's pretty cool. What it does is it's basically more APIs. So their software with when you update your drivers that will improve your performance, your frame rate time by, it looks like, with the GTX 1660 is at 49 frames with Apex Legends. But with this new API, it can drop down to 38 frames. Oh, sorry, system latency. It's not frames. Okay, so the lower the system latency, the faster the response time. You could probably see it out there somewhere of it's more like 1-to-1, where the lower latency you get, the more your mouse click is what you're seeing on your screen. And so when you're clicking on the screen and you see the click on the screen, it's going to match up with what you're clicking. And so there is some disparity.
Just to ask, Overwatch is the actual game, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm kind of like was kind of clueless on Overwatch a little bit.
No, I haven't played Overwatch, but yeah, it's it's a first person shooter with some like 5 people, and it's like you have some, it's kind of like League of Legends a little bit, but it's like first person shooter. So your character has some special abilities and stuff. So it's not quite like Fortnite, but it's cool. I should probably try it out. I think it's free to play. Yeah. But this technology from NVIDIA is pretty sweet because it's free performance. They're just making their GPUs more efficient. So basically, if your screen is rendering something, it's less steps between the communication between your CPU and your GPU. And it's basically saying that the CPU or the GPU shouldn't produce frames that aren't going to be used. Like, it's more real time. And it's like, why build up so much data that's not being used by the GPU? Or so like it's just saying, okay, it's like the Chrome that we just talked about. You don't need to have the background tabs loaded 100% all the time.
Yep.
So let's just cut out the communication and only focus on the task at hand, which is clicking that mouse and reacting on the screen. So it's just pretty sweet. It's just making your GPU and your CPU perform more efficiently, which is huge, just very huge. So again, this is free. This is just going to be in your drivers, so you'll just see this update. And actually, you know what's also cool about this? They allow you to in your GeForce Experience, if you download GeForce Experience, you can look in the overview tab, and you can look at performance, and it can show you what your current latency is. And then you can also see, like, as you change things, there's some settings you can change. You can enable it and turn it off, and you can see your performance increase. So it's just cool for people who are like, before they said you needed like $5,000 or more of like monitoring hardware to be able to see these things and to like report on them. But now all gamers can do it in their own computers and see the performance increases or decreases.
When does this come out?
Already today. Like yeah, so it's basically what it is it's being like introduced to more games. So like the more games are supported with this. It's kind of like a niche sort of thing. So like it's allowing other games to use this, developers to use this, but not all games have this in there. So good question. Very good question. All right. So our last topic of the day is Epic Games. Epic Games teases that like the Brazilian player Neymar. Have you ever heard of him?
Nope, never have.
Oh, I don't know about Neymar, but he's a really good soccer player, and he likes Fortnite, and he's going to make an appearance in Fortnite coming March 16th. We don't know what it's going to be, but it's got to be pretty big for who he is. And they have some tweets and some videos hinting at his involvement in the game, and the game's going to be changing pretty soon. So just some pretty cool stuff that see the melding of sport and esports.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. So that's our topics this week. If anybody has any questions, you can leave them on the YouTube video. Also, we're going to be coming back. We don't know in weeks, months, or whatever. But we'll be relaunching. We just got some other things we're going to be doing at the time. So look at our channels, Blazin' Tech and Tech We Love. Yeah, we love you guys, and have a great week.
Same, guys. See ya. Peace.